slap bracelets, the Snuggie, pet rocks, antenna balls, the Flowbee haircut tool, Beanie Babies, and the ostrich pillow. What do these products have in common? They're very weird ideas that probably definitely made somebody very rich. These products filled a need. They are products a specific group of people wanted that didn't exist, or they didn't know they needed them. In my last video, I discussed the truth about passive income and mentioned that you need to find a solution to a problem a small group of people have. Over the years, I've thought a lot about solutions to problems. In fact, 2 years ago, I took on a challenge. I decided to write down every idea that I could think of that could be an invention, a business idea I wanted to start, or a service I wished existed. That was definitely back when I was binging Shark Tank. It's 24 ideas from 24 hours of writing down random inventions and ideas that I thought would solve a problem or need that I had. I figured if I had the problem or need, somebody else out there does as well. Why am I sharing this list 2 years later? I actually forgot I did this exercise until I found a note in my phone the other day. I found it fun and funny and thought you might as well. Yes, feel free to steal any of these, especially the services and passive income ideas on the back half, but there's a bigger reason and point to this video at the end, so do stick around. Let me know which of these products or services you agree should exist in the comments, or which one at least made you laugh. Number 1, a dog toy that entertains my dog throughout the day randomly. I work from home, but I still can't give my dog Leo the attention that he needs. In fact, being home and not playing with him probably makes it worse. I need a dog toy that randomly comes to life and keeps him very busy, and it can't break stuff like this ball launcher. Number 2, a couch guard so dog toys can't go under them. This is a daily occurrence since we got these couches with the perfect space to trap toys. I need a solution. Stats. Reversible t-shirts? I mean, I get it, but I don't know. An IKEA City version, kind of like City Target, but IKEA, I personally would be all over that, or at least just like a standalone IKEA fast casual restaurant. Am I right? Number 5, an instant cold brew machine. Something as fast as an espresso, but delicious cold brew on demand. Because sometimes I forget to refill the cold brew, and it's a literal nightmare when I wake up and cold coffee is not waiting for me. 6, better storage solutions for small apartments. Once upon a time, my wife and I lived in a 1-bedroom, 600 square foot apartment with a dog. Storage was impossible. Small apartment dwellers need convenient ways to store things, especially bigger things that don't require renting a locker at a storage facility. Number 7, a long, skinny pop-up tent for uniquely shaped decks. Speaking of apartment life, we used to have a skinny deck, and we always wish that we had a way to cover it during rainy months, so like 9 months out of the year in Washington State. 8, unique car horn sounds for unique situations. Why do cars only have one horn? Sometimes I want to use it to gently nudge someone to go or to let them know they're in the clear to merge and so on, and I try to lightly tap it, but I know it always comes off as rude. Number 9, bike tires that never go flat. I love pulling out the old bike, but I swear every time I get it out after a month or so to go on a ride, it's flat, no matter what. And then I end up just riding it less. Number 10, a candle with an auto off timer. I like candles, but I don't trust myself to light them when I'm home alone because I'm worried I'll get lost in a project and leave it burning in the office and end up burning the house down. So can we just combine fake candles with real ones somehow? 11, blackout curtains that don't just block light, but literally reject them. And I don't know what I meant by this when I wrote it down, but I must have gotten a bad night of sleep during a summer month when it was really sunny. Number 12, a lint roller that gets wrinkles out. I hate wrinkles, I hate ironing, I hate steamers. There has to be a better solution than hanging up my shirt in the shower when I shower. And you know what? Let's make this invention also take out stains in shirts. We can just call it the perfect shirt thingy. Okay, so those were 12 mostly strange inventions that I came up with 2 years ago, but let's move this into more realistic territory. Services I dreamed up that I wished existed. 13, a subscription box service for YouTubers and content creators. As a YouTuber, I'd be willing to pay for a gift box once a month, a fun gadget or toy, something for the background, LUTs for editing, you name it. I would be willing to pay for a fun surprise if the goods were good. Speaking of YouTube, how about a minimalist version? I find the YouTube homepage to just be too much. I actually enjoy watching YouTube on my Apple TV because it's so much more streamlined. I want a clean, simple, minimalist version of YouTube for desktop and mobile that simplifies the UI. Perhaps the option to show videos via title only or thumbnail only as well. And why not just better recommendations from creators that I don't follow. Number 15, an app that learns my preferences and recommends TVs and movies for me. And I actually found something that sort of fits the bill for this. It's an app called Real Good. It does a nice job, but I definitely see room for improvement. 16, a transparent way to know how much energy you're using at home. I once went down a really deep rabbit hole trying to understand why my energy bill was fluctuating so much month to month. I never did find the answer, but either way, it would be good to know how much energy I'm using daily or even right now. This would be a good way to focus on using less because that's good for the wallet and good for the environment. 17, a centralized online storage platform. I pay for Apple storage, Google storage. I pay for storage for backup for my big projects. It's all confusing, annoying, and not cheap, and I really want it all streamlined and simplified. Number 18, make the radio cool again. My wife likes the radio, but I find it annoying because of the commercials and I play the same songs. I like to plug in and play instead from Spotify, but that can be a bit of a hassle, especially when you're driving. Spotify came out with this car thing, literal name. It looks like a step in the right direction. 19, a solution for at-home printing. Please. Running out of ink, it's the bane of my existence. I pay for some kind of ink subscription service from HP, but it says that I have colored ink and I don't, so they don't send replacements. And last weekend I had to spend $40 at FedEx office to print a project, and I know I could have spent that same amount to replace the ink, but since I pay for the service, I didn't want to do that. Please, someone solve this problem. How have we not mastered at-home printing by now? Number 20, the Little Free Library, but for random stuff. I am a sucker for the Little Free Library. I stop at almost all of them, but it's rarely interesting. I wish the same thing existed for random stuff, like a garage sale swap that you can visit anytime. 21, a cool way to document events like concerts and sports games that you've been to. Most of us used to save ticket stubs at least, but even those have gone digital. And I'm starting to feel like I don't remember all the good events and great games that I've been to. I wish there was an easy way to combine photos and maybe digital stubs to document past events. All right, here are a few passive income ideas for you. Number 22, custom ringtones. I was first introduced to passive income by someone who actually made ringtones, so it's only fitting that I say now, let's bring them back. Somebody, again, make ringtones cool and easy to use. 23, an awesome work journal. I use a blank notebook and recreate my to-do list almost every day. There has to be a better way to organize tasks, meeting notes, top priorities, goals, and so on. 24, a daily dose of inspiration/motivation podcast show about real life recent stories. It's about 5 to 10 minutes an episode. Specific, I know. I want a podcast to wake up to daily, kind of like The Daily, but only happy and motivating recent stories. I'll admit, I totally missed John Krasinski's Just Good News videos during the pandemic. Let me know if you watched and remember those. Let me know in the comments if any of these ideas already exist. I am sure several of them do, but I purposefully didn't look because I want you to point me in the right direction. Did you have a favorite or least favorite? And do you also write down all your wacky ideas? Please do let me know. If none of my ideas made you chuckle, here are a handful of ridiculous inventions I found in research just to prove there's no such thing as a bad idea. A stroller scooter, a flask tie, an anti-theft sandwich bag, a baby mop onesie, LED light slippers, whatever this is that apparently feeds birds, and corner frames. Strange, but brilliant. Sometimes a business concept or an invention idea is serendipity. A great idea can hit you in an instant or a dream, but you can't wait for a good idea to hit you. You need to commit to exercising your creativity muscle daily. You might be surprised what a good old-fashioned brainstorming session could do, especially if you do it often. You might come up with an invention, a business idea, or passive income project that could change your life, or more importantly, someone else's. At the end of the day, I simply hope I inspired you a little to think about things that you wished existed, document these ideas, and when you think you have a good one, don't be scared to go for it. It's much better than looking back and saying, what if? Because if dog duck bills and piano doorbells exist, your idea should as well. Have an awesome week or weekend ahead. Here's that video I mentioned that covers the truth about passive income. I hope to see you there, or I'll see you next week on the next one. Thanks.